Hey, it's Rada. So this week I decided to stop using Disulfiram. Although I was super hopeful that that was going to be the cure, I just couldn't take the suffering anymore. So I was using Disulfiram for Lyme and Babesia, and in the Lyme world there's this kind of principle or theory that you have to feel worse before you get better. And that's because when the medications are working against the parasites and bacteria, as they die off and release into your bloodstream, it releases a neurotoxin that can basically overwhelm you and you feel like you've been poisoned. I know that's, the way the medicine works and it's a necessary evil, but it just got to the point of when do you say enough is enough? And after 4 months on Disulfiram and only continuing to get worse, I just had a gut feeling that this isn't for me. And where the last time I was on prescriptions, they sent me into the hospital, and now this time I'm having more seizures every week. I'm losing the feeling in my legs. I lost the use of my leg 2 weeks ago while we were out to dinner, and we just had to stay at the restaurant until I was able to move my leg again. It's a lifestyle that I just can't take anymore. I'm at a breaking point, and I hope I don't regret this decision, but I just feel like I'm watching other people get better and better and have more and more energy, and that's not the case for me. I'm literally getting weaker and weaker and having more and more issues, and a lot of the issues line up with Disulfiram toxicity. So I just don't have a good gut feeling, and it seemed like it was time to stop. So I don't have a doctor's appointment for a week, and he said to just rest up, recover, and let my body try to restore from being on the medication, and we will discuss my next options next week. So right now I'm trying to do some research online about, what there are for other options, because we've gone through quite a lot of protocols over the past year and about a half. So I'm feeling a little stuck. I'm not finding a lot of answers. And so I decided today I will go through what I call my box of desperation. And these are all the supplements I've been on over the past year. Not all of them, because the ones that I've used up, I've just thrown the bottles away. But if I switch a protocol and I haven't used up all of those supplements, I don't want to throw them away, because this is a ridiculous expense over and over and over again. And every single protocol is different supplements and vitamins and herbs and extracts and tinctures, and it becomes a very expensive process. So I did order a couple new supplements to try out even before I quit the Disulfiram, and those came today. And so I'm just going to go through the box and we'll kind of assess what it looks like. So these are the 3 supplements that I just ordered. I just ordered these the day before last, and they already came in the mail today. But this is called Liquid IV, and I haven't even tried one yet, but today will be the first day. So I'm not the best at drinking water. I don't have any level of thirst or hunger. So sometimes I go all day to forget about eating, all day I'll forget about drinking. And this supplement, you pour it in your water, and it basically multiplies your hydration level to the fact that you drink 3 bottles of water instead of 1. So I'm going to try this out. It also has electrolytes, 5 essential vitamins, all B vitamins, and then vitamin C. And it says it's worth 2 to 3 times more hydration than water alone. And it's all natural ingredients, and it's supposed to be a passion fruit flavor. So I got that one. That will be going into the routine today. And then I got 2 more of theirs to test out. One's for energy and one's for sleep. So I'll see if I have any results from that. I'm going to have to wait to take the one for energy, because it does have tea in it, and the Disulfiram takes at least 2 weeks to get out of your body, and you can't have tea on Disulfiram. So that one will come in a couple weeks, but I just gave one to my boyfriend on his way to work, so he's testing it out. And then this one is for sleep, and it has lavender flavor, but it has valerian root and L-theanine and some more B vitamins and potassium. So I'm going to try that out to see if I will sleep better, because the last few nights I've been waking up every hour and only getting about 4 hours of sleep. So I really need to get more sleep. These ones I take, these are my Chinese herbs. These are a complete game changer for me. So I know no matter what, on my next protocol, I will definitely be taking Chinese herbs. So that's what that bottle looks like. And so this was $20, and I think these were each like $15. This is about $135. This is what my doctor has me on. It is called Pectisol C. It's a citrus pectin. It's supposed to be good for detoxification, but it's like a gentler way to detox, and where I'm so sensitive, it doesn't take quite the toll on me. It is pretty nasty to drink. I guess on its own, it probably wouldn't be bad. It's very, it's fruit pectin. It's kind of like drinking a lime, really potent lime Gatorade, but I mix it with my Chinese herbs, and I mix it with this other supplement that he does have me on right now called Nano Mojo, and this one's very like, it's kind of berry-like. It has goji berry in it, so it's similar to goji berry and like acai. This one is all different. It's like acai, goji, maca, ginseng, schisandra, Chinese licorice, astragalus, reishi, katuba bark, stinging nettle, guarana. So it's more about giving you more energy and a natural source. So I mix all these three together in the morning. Oh, this one's $150. This one's $80, I think. And then for the Disulfiram, I had to, this is the bottle. I've still got quite a few left. That was the first bottle I got. The second bottle is here. So when I was on the higher dose, I was splitting these into quarters, and then I had to put them inside these capsules so it would reduce the possible neuropathy effects. This bottle was only like $4 because my insurance covered it. This bottle, which I don't know if you can see, is still filled to here. This one is the low dose. So now that I'm on, or was on, 1/10 of a dose, I had to get it made at a compounding pharmacy. And when you do that, your insurance no longer covers it. So this bottle was $175 that I will probably never use again. Then we've got, I definitely take gabapentin whenever I'm in pain, but I tend to wait until I'm in the most severe amount of pain possible and I physically can't handle it anymore. Because I don't really like taking prescriptions, and I have had suicidal urges come from that medication. So I'm very careful with how I use it. So sometimes I drink this. This is just calcium, magnesium, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin D, and boron. Magnesium helps your muscles relax, and where I have a lot of bone pain, for me, when I'm in bone pain, my muscles clench to that bone. And so like on top of the bone pain, I've got the muscles engaging and contracting and spasming. So it adds a whole new kind of symptom or level of pain. So drinking this can help release the muscles. And that one's not super expensive. It's like $25 or something. Then I'm also on this one right now, Ashwagandha. I don't know that I'll have to continue taking this because this was to help support my liver, because Disulfiram you can have to stop using Disulfiram because it will impair your liver function so severely. So this was in hopes of preventing any of that, but it's also good for immune system, so I may just stay on it. That one's not expensive, I think like around $8. And then he also had me for my liver function on milk thistle. And so I don't know that I will continue taking that. I'm not sure. I need to talk to him because where I have the heavy metal poisoning, mold toxicity, all of those things are going to affect my liver, so it might be a good idea to stay. So I will keep those handy. I take this. These are Ultrabiotics. It is 30 billion different organisms of probiotics. So that's for gut health, and your immune system basically lives in your gut. So I try to boost that up as much as possible. And in combination with that, I also take Terrazyme. This one's made by doTERRA. This has all the different enzymes that you need in order to break down food. So it has like an enzyme that breaks down meat. It has an enzyme that breaks down gluten. It has an enzyme that breaks down corn. So it has like all the enzymes that help with the foods that most people are sensitive to and may have no idea. And it helps with like your absorption levels too. So this is a good one. I definitely notice a difference when I use it or not. So that's why I keep it in my routine daily. Also, this one is Clearway Cofactors. This is a detox one. So this one kind of keeps coming in and out of my protocol. So I always tend to have a bottle in the box because I'm not on it consistently. This one is Endo Immune. So this is a CBD supplement that's good for your immune system. And it has sweet orange peel, astragalus root, luteolin, which is like artichoke leaf, and then a bunch of other kind of more like essential oil and extracts for echinacea and things like that to help boost the immune system. So I don't take this daily, but anytime like someone around me is sick, I start taking these. I just want to give my immune system any help I can to not catch something. These ones, I have no idea what to do. I need to ask my doctor because it was so much cheaper to order a 3-pack that I did, but I've only taken it once. It's called Hang Zero. It's actually to prevent hangovers, but because disulfiram blocks your ability to process alcohol, it can help you with all the symptoms and side effects from taking disulfiram and having little minor interactions. Like if you drink coffee, disulfiram, coffee is very high in acetaldehyde, and that's what the medicine's stopping you from breaking down. So you may be drinking coffee and be able to get away with it, but you're gonna have killer headaches. And so this is what I got this for, is like in case I ate something or drank something or was at the gym, someone's using an alcohol wipe, and then I smell the fumes and I get sick, I can come home and take one of these and try to get it out of my system. But I tried it one day when I had like just like the worst headache ever, and it didn't do anything. So I was like, I just never took it again because I didn't get the effect I was looking for. But the benefit of it is it does have like 3 different B vitamins, and it has vitamin C and magnesium, which I said magnesium relaxes the muscles, but it also has what they call a DHM blend and a liver detox blend of different natural supplements, NAC, taurine, milk thistle, which I already showed you, and then prickly pear, ALA, L-theanine, and ginseng, and spirulina. And so all of the supplements that are in this one are good for me. So I'm wondering if my doctor will say, yeah, let's take this instead of taking 10 individual supplements. I just need to see what he thinks. So I'll check in with him on that next week. This is NAC. So this is an ingredient that's in this. And this was part of a detox protocol that I was doing last year. It helps you detox things faster. It's something that the liver needs. So that's that one. This is Endo Inflammation. So this one's interesting because when I first got Visia and was undiagnosed, this one helped me so significantly with the bone pain. It was like nothing had helped with bone pain for months, and then I ordered this supplement, and it's a CBD supplement, and it has turmeric and ginger and pepper and clove flower and magnolia bark extract. So it's really good for reducing pain and inflammation, and actually improves mobility and flexibility. So this one was huge for pain relief, but lately it hasn't really done anything. So I don't know if it was like the bone pain I was having then is different than the pains I'm having now, or the root cause is different or what, but I've stopped using this one because I couldn't notice a difference being on or off of it. So once in a while, I keep the bottle, it still has a few left in it because I want to just have it in case like I'm starting to become in pain again and want to give it another shot. Right now, I'm starting to have better energy levels, but more pain. So I may try that out again. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens in my body each day. I take B12 daily because I'm deficient and I'm a vegetarian, so it's hard to get B12. Alka Seltzer Gold. I have yet to take this yet, but it's highly recommended in the Lyme world for Herxheimer reactions. That's what they call it when the neurotoxin floods your bloodstream when medications are working. You feel like you've been drugged or poisoned, and it's like the most terrible experience, and it can last anywhere from hours to months. So they say to take this and it will provide relief. I had never ordered it, and I kept looking for it at CVS and Walgreens and Target and all these places, and it's not actually sold in any stores that I found. So I eventually ordered it on Amazon, and it's still not in my brain for when I'm feeling that terrible to like turn to this yet. So I need to keep that in the back of my mind. Serapeptase, this was another thing for detox. This is that artichoke leaf, so that was the one that was in the other supplement too. Let's see. I was taking caffeine. I don't do that anymore. I was taking caffeine just to try to like push myself through my days because I have such a lack of energy. And then when I started the Disulfiram, that slows your ability to metabolize caffeine by 30%. So you can end up with like jitters and just like rapid heart rate, different issues that like too much caffeine in your system. So I stopped taking these and stopped drinking coffee, and I actually realized I felt way better not taking it. And it kind of hit me then that it's really stupid to take caffeine when you're sick because you're running on false energy levels and actually really depleting your body in a major way that you're completely unaware of. So this bottle will probably not get used again, but I miss it a little bit. Yeah, I have another bottle too. Then this one was another detox supplement. I don't even have the spoon in there anymore. You take out the littlest, tiniest spoon that fits inside of here, and you just put one little, 100 milligrams of it. And all it is a silica extract, but it's supposed to help you detox. I think I took this for a month, so I still have like half of it left. This was like $85. Easy, man. It's more gabapentin. These are some of my doTERRA supplements. So I take Zendocrine for detoxification. I take Adaptive. This one's for stress and anxiety. So if I have any moments that I'm just feeling overwhelmed, I take one of these, and like 20 minutes later, I don't feel stressed at all. And this is the same thing. Well, not same, but similar. Copaiba. Copaiba is I would say as similar to CBD as you can get without being CBD. And because it's Copaiba and it's being sourced specifically, like we know this is 120 milligrams, it is a more pure version to get similar benefits. And where the CBD market is so unregulated right now, I tend to go for this versus the Endo Inflammation and stuff like that, because it actually doesn't tell you how much CBD is in this. So this is really good for stress and anxiety too. So that's another one. If I'm feeling a little angsty or I'm getting migraines often, then I start taking this again. Let's see, vitamin B1 I bought just for the Disulfiram because it was supposed to help prevent neuropathy. And I already have neuropathy, so I didn't want more. S-Boulardi is gut health, so again, trying to build up my gut health so my immune system can start functioning. Ultra Omega, my blood test came back that I'm deficient in omegas. quite deficient, so these were suggested, and I don't take them as often as I probably should, because this is why. Because they're so big. Like, this takes up almost my entire pill pack, and you're supposed to take, I think I was taking 3 of them is what my doctor wanted me taking. So 3 of these in a pill pack it fills the whole thing. So I just like, I couldn't get in the habit of always, like, think about it. If I had to open every single one of these bottles every single morning, it would take me like a half an hour just to take my supplements. So if things just aren't logical and easy, then they get left out of the routine, unfortunately. I'm not a very good patient sometimes. This is Mojo base. So this I had to stop on the Disulfiram because there are ingredients. It has EGCG, the green tea extract, and the green tea extract is actually toxic when combined with Disulfiram. So I stopped taking that, but this is basically a multivitamin, and then it also has some of the detox and ALA and broccoli seed and different things to help you have more energy. And basically like the mitochondria in you is what gives you all the energy, and they're like little battery packs, so they need fuel. And I am completely deficient in CoQ10, which is the juice in the batteries. So he had me on this and CoQ10, which I think I'm all out of. Yeah, I'm all out of the CoQ10, but so he had me on that combination of both of these to try to build up those energy cells again. So now that I'm off the Disulfiram, still need to stay off it for 2 full weeks, but then I'll be able to start taking these again, and maybe I will have more energy. These is another supplement for detox. It's called Biomins, but this one has copper and iron in it, and copper and Disulfiram bind and go to the brain with this nasty complex that gives you neuropathy. So these were out of the routine too, and this is all more like minerals. Calcium, iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, and boron. So one more thing that I don't know if I'll go back on or not. Let's see. Activated charcoal I tend to use daily. This one's a little bit trickier to take because you have to take it away from food and supplements. So this one sometimes gets left out of my routine, even though I'd really like to take it because I can't find a good time to take it. It absorbs, it's kind of like a magnet to any of the toxins, so it'll like magnetize them, pull it into your digestive system, and then you can poop it out. But it will also take your nutrition from your supplements, it will take nutrition from your food, and bind with that too. So it binds so quickly you don't get to absorb it, and then you basically just lost everything you just took. So this one, I feel a significant difference with this. This is now my first go-to for migraines and headaches. And like stomach cramps, indigestion, like any abdominal pain or head pain, I go for activated charcoal first because it's a detox, and those symptoms can be a sign that you have too many toxins in your system and you're just overloaded. So this helps a lot, and it helps quick, like within 20 minutes. And this is kind of a different version of the charcoal. It is from SigMatic, and this is, it has chaga mushroom and activated charcoal in it. And it is you basically mix a little spoonful and it's black, and it makes like a black lemonade that, it's not terrible. You have to adapt to it and get used to drinking something black, but it's just a different way that sometimes I'll mix up that instead of taking one of these. Then I still have my bottle of Mepron. So this is what sent me into the hospital last year with severe Herxheimer reactions that led to functional neurological disorder. And I don't really know why I'm keeping the bottle aside from the fact that it was $1,200 and I took 3 doses. So I'm just keeping it. This is why I call this my box of desperation, because I would have to be so freaking desperate to go back on this, but you never know. So I'm keeping it. This is such nasty crap, but this is Artemisinin. This is a herb that you can take for the Babesia, but I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Maybe I can just pour it. It's like this gel-like liquid, and you have to take a teaspoon of it a couple times a day. And honestly, like when you pour it into water, it looks like mucus, and it has this super, super bitter taste to it that's like, I can't drink it with a straight face ever, no matter what. And I took this for almost a year. I was just reading the expiration date. So that's one that I may end up going back on again now that I'm off the prescriptions. And then on that note, I also had this Liposomal EDTA, another detox supplement, and you take 1 teaspoon once a day. Another liquid disgustingness. I got 2 bottles. The problem is, like, they always think I'm going to be on a protocol for a certain amount of time, and I tend to have really severe adverse reactions that don't even make sense, and they don't know why my body's so weird. So I end up buying a lot of stuff and then not being able to use it. So that's one of like the struggles of chronic illness, is that you're just constantly kind of drowning in all these out-of-pocket costs, and it really adds up. Like if you think about this box, like what's here is over $1,000 already. So Excedrin migraine, I take that just about every day, sometimes 3 times a day. I'm not doing good on the migraine front. This is progesterone cream. So I listened to a podcast on Bulletproof Radio, and it was about how a lot of health issues are actually caused by a surge of adrenaline in your body. And the best way to counteract adrenaline in your body is progesterone cream. And so I found last year, I bought this as soon as I listened to the podcast, because I was like, well, for $25, like totally worth a try. And I had several different issues. I remember one day, like all the erectors in my back were just in spasm. Like I couldn't move a muscle. I was in so much pain. And I rubbed this on my forearms, and within like a minute, it was gone. The spasms were gone. It was relaxed. Like there was the aftermath of the muscles that had been in spasm, but I could move again, I could breathe, it was amazing. And I had the same thing happen one day with like really bad abdominal cramping, and it was really severe, and I couldn't tell if I had a cyst rupturing on my ovary or what was going on. Like it was super intense, and I was like, well, let me give it a shot. And it worked again within a minute. Pain's gone. So there's definitely certain things that are just an adrenaline surge, and you get like a severe kind of symptom, and this will work wonders. So whenever I have something kind of out of the ordinary that isn't my usual symptoms that I go through, I try this. It's always worth a shot because it works quick. Echinacea for the immune system. This is like $10. Calcium, magnesium, and zinc. So if I don't feel like drinking the calcium and magnesium, then I will take the calcium and magnesium. And then I've got a bunch of different tinctures. So this is what I'm wondering if I will be back on next week. Androgophis is for your immune system. Cryptolepis is for the Babesia. So Babesia is like a slow-moving form of malaria, and this herb only grows in Africa, and it's what they use to treat malaria. So because it treats malaria, they think it treats Babesia. So I might have to go back on that. The other one I was taking stevia. So stevia, the Lyme bacteria basically hides itself in what they call a biofilm. So this is what makes Lyme hard to beat. The biofilm is impenetrable by antibiotics. So it keeps them safe and hidden from any prescriptions. Taking stevia breaks through the biofilm. So this is a way to make anything else you're taking more effective. So probably will be back on that. ABAB. What to say about this? Anti-Babesia is essentially what this tincture is for. It's specifically made for Babesia. It has 7 different herbs in it. So I might go back on that again. I don't know. This is another bottle of the Antigraphis. So last year, these are the 3 tinctures I was on, plus this. And this is my protocol, like my main protocol for the year. What's hard about this is that, like any Lyme stuff, you have to build up your tolerance, and it makes you feel way worse before you feel better. So my doctor wanted me on 15 drops of each of these. It took me 4 months to build up to 15 drops. It was a very rough transition. It's kind of like you feel like shit, you feel like shit, you feel like shit, you feel a little bit better. Okay, now it's time to increase. Take another drop. You feel like shit. And you just keep repeating that cycle. And every time you feel good, you're supposed to increase the dose. So it's not a very pleasant way to live. So I'm not like, I wouldn't be super stoked to go back on this protocol, but it may be a necessary evil, or some other herbal protocol similar to this is what I'm kind of expecting that I'll have to do. And then I also have a couple, well, I have this. This is like steroids in case I'm ever in pain that gets so severe I can't handle it. They just let me keep these. But steroids can trigger Lyme in the most nastiest way and make you 10 times worse. So I don't know that I'll ever touch those, but they're in there just in case. And this is another Chinese herb that I was taking last year. I was having a lot of problems with polycystic ovaries, and I started taking these, and the problem stopped in less than a month, I think. Yeah, because this is 60 tablets, and I have about half a bottle left. So after taking this for a month, my cyst issues disappeared. So another Chinese herb miracle. And then I still have the doxycycline I was taking when I first started. I still have the nystatin I was taking when I first started. That's nystatin too. And then, I don't know what this is. Oh, Plaquenil. So this was also, these 3 were what I started my Lyme journey with. And then that had me vomiting to the point of losing 20 pounds in 6 weeks. And then we added this for 1 week, and I was in the hospital. So I don't know why I'm still keeping those, like I said, but they're just in there for good measure. And he had also given me, what is this called? Fluconazole. It's for yeast infections, because anytime you're on a strong antibiotic, it kills off all the good bacteria and bad. So those I'm just holding on to for no reason. And then I have another bottle. These were the Chinese herbs that I was on last year, July last year. And the prescription formula changed in January. So I still have some left of these. So I just didn't want to get rid of it in case I can never go back. Because like I said, these bottles are like about $140 once you add shipping in. So I just don't want to throw stuff away. So that's the whole box. And then I have these supplements that have to be refrigerated. And these are liposomal vitamin C and liposomal glutathione. So these are, the glutathione's like, I think 70. The vitamin C is like 50. You just put like 4 pumps under your tongue, hold it there for a minute, swallow. It's just a better way to absorb supplements. So, and I did vitamin C IVs for a while, and I got to like, I don't know if I got a toxic level of vitamin C or what happened, but I started having bladder issues, and I got to the point where I couldn't control my bladder for about, I would say 6 weeks. I was like peeing my pants nonstop. Well, not always peeing my pants, but it was, I was peeing in coffee cups in my car because I knew I couldn't make it to the bathroom and didn't want to pee my pants. So I haven't taken any vitamin C since. Every time I do, I tend to have like a feeling of urgency. So it seems like something's going on there that it's still inflamed. So I'm not on vitamin C, and I try not to take any supplements that have vitamin C in them, because I get a lot of vitamin C naturally in my diet from all the fruits and veggies I eat. So I don't want to overload my system in any way with that. So I don't know what my next phase looks like, but I just wanted to share what the supplement life looks like and give you an idea of like what the cost is, how many supplements you may take. Sometimes I'm on supplements 4 times a day, and they all have to be weighed out like before or after food. If something's refrigerated, and then you have to eat within 30 minutes of taking it. So there's a lot of lifestyle issues here with if you're someone that's kind of on the go or trying to work full time or something like that, then you really have to have your life planned out to the minute, because it is very difficult to figure out, just like the charcoal. When the hell do I take this? Like, can't take it 90 minutes before or after food or before or after supplements. So I basically can't take it in the morning, I can't take it in the middle of the day, and I can't take it at night. So when do you fit it in? So it's stuff like that like you've really got to analyze like everything you're doing each day and try to make sure you're doing the best you can to feel the best you can. But it is a lot to adhere to, and I am not a medication person. I'm not a supplement person. I don't really enjoy taking them, and I don't like building my life around medication. I realize it's a necessary evil, but this is not the lifestyle I would choose. So I don't know. I thought I would share this today and just give you a behind the scenes peek of what part of my wellness routine looks like. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you find that one moment of joy that brings you happiness and makes life worth living.